Hey everyone, please forgive any background noises you hear in this. It is a really hot day and I've got the AC on, and I've also got my husband right below me working on our basement. And so you may hear some banging. We really are trying to get the heck out of DC as fast as we can. Um, this was not the video that I wanted to make this week. I had something else in mind, but I think this is a little more important. Um, if you're not aware about what happened this past weekend in Portland, which I'm not sure how you could be, but how you couldn't be, but there was a Proud Boys event in Portland that Antifa showed up to protest, and the result is that 3 men got sent to the hospital, as did several police officers. Specifically, the journalist Andy Ngo was attacked. It was caught on camera by several people. He may or may not have been pelted with bricks. He was clearly pelted with milkshakes, and these milkshakes may or may not have contained quick drying cement. I believe that some of them did. If you look, there's one video that he has where he's leaning back against like a marble pillar, and you can clearly see this stuff in his hair, and it does not look like milkshake. It looks like cement, dried concrete in his hair. So you're going to hear a lot of people on the left trying to tell you that the whole cement thing is a false flag. I don't agree with it. I go with what my eyes are showing me, and it clearly looks like this stuff had cement in it. Also clear is what happened to Adam Kelly and John Bloom. They were both almost killed. And if the police ever do their job and decide to capture the people who attacked them, if they're not charged with attempted murder, that would be incredibly wrong, and may end up causing a whole other demonstration in and of itself. So we have Andy Ngo that was attacked, sent to the hospital. John Bloom is an older man who was there to see Haley Adams speak. He became besieged by Antifa members, and they proceeded to beat him with what looks like a crowbar. And Adam Kelly, I think, is the real hero of this whole thing. Adam jumped in to try to protect John, and for his efforts, he was almost killed. You see this one just piece of shit come up behind him and beat down on his head about 3 times with what looks like a crowbar. You can see the video, his head splits open. He required numerous staples, and I thank God that all these men are okay, that they're alive. And I'll preemptively apologize. There's going to be some cursing in this video because I'm pissed, and I assume that you are all just as pissed, because it is enough. This past weekend, I think we have all determined that we have had enough, and we are at a breaking point. And the point of this video is to ask, is it time for us to split? Because I see nothing in common with people who are willing to do that to another human being over ideas. These were 3 men, 1 showing up to do his job, 2 showing up to practice their First Amendment rights, and they were almost murdered for exercising their constitutional rights as a member of the press and as just 2 civilians. And my husband's been talking about how we are headed for civil war for a few months now, and I haven't believed him. But after this weekend, I am really starting to think that may be true, because I do not see how we collectively, as conservatives, as independents, as liberals who believe in free speech, as centrists and moderates, how do we have anything in common with a whole group of people who are justifying this attack on these men? That they're celebrating it, they're laughing about it. They're even in some of them saying that Andy deserved for this to happen to him, that these other 2 men deserved for it to happen because they showed up to this event. And it really starts to make you wonder, Do we have anything in common anymore with these people? Can we ever find common ground with a group of people that think that it is okay to try to kill somebody because you don't like the things they say or you don't like the things they think? And I used to think that that was a bad thing. I used to feel sad thinking that we may need to split as a country, and now I'm not so sure. When you see some of these people that describe themselves as journalists saying that Andy deserved it, using the short skirt defense, I just don't understand. And actually the other day I remembered a couple years ago, if anyone remembers this, I believe it was in Iran, but there was a feminist, an actual feminist, not the piece of shit feminist that we have over here in the US and Canada and over in England, but an actual feminist in, I believe, Iran. It might have been Saudi Arabia, but I'm pretty sure it was Iran. But she walked around the city in a miniskirt and had a photographer take photos of it. And she was lauded as being brave, which she was. She was rightfully commended for her actions, for pushing back against an actual patriarchy. And at that time, journalists everywhere were saying how courageous she was for, walking into this sort of proverbial lion's den, wearing this clothing and defying the rule of law there. And so for all those same people to then turn around, and when you see, if you hear banging, I'm sorry, my husband's working on the basement, as I said, but you see these people, that just a year or two ago were commending this woman for her actions, and now this weekend are laughing at Andy and saying, he should have known what was coming to him. It was his fault for walking into an Antifa demonstration. It just, the incredibly blatant hypocrisy is infuriating. And I don't feel like we have anything in common with these people anymore. I don't even know if those people are human anymore. And the days of me trying to meet them with love and understanding and patience, those are gone. If you've been following me on Twitter the past week, my gloves are off, and I have no problem telling these people to go fuck themselves. And I cannot sit here anymore and try to be nice when I'm dealing with people who laugh at someone having bricks thrown at them or having a crowbar slammed down on their head. You and I are not the same anymore. You do not deserve my respect anymore. And I am now wondering, is it time for us to just separate? Let them have the South if they want. Let them have the open borders that they want so badly. And we can, create a whole new border maybe between us and them. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I just know that we have reached a turning point this past weekend, and it has become very apparent that we are not on the same level of humanity as some of these leftists. They're these communist, authoritarian, violent shitheads do not deserve our patience or respect anymore. They've made that very clear. And I want to warn, I promise I have positive news after this. I will be getting to a good point. But as some of you know, there is a free speech rally going on in D.C. this coming Saturday. And I am concerned for everyone who plans on going. If you haven't heard, there is a rumor that Antifa, it's definite, Antifa has confirmed they will be there. They will be counter-protesting. There is a rumor that they are going to be engaging in acid attacks. Specifically, if you're there, look out for anyone who's carrying balloons. The rumor is that they will be using muriatic acid and wax inside balloons, and they'll be pelting people with it. And the wax part is very important because it's going to mean that the acid is going to stick on wherever it falls, and it's going to be harder to wash off. And so if you're planning on going, please be very careful. Wear a helmet, Wear whatever kind of protective gear you can. Do not go there alone. Have someone watching the group's back at all times, because these people have demonstrated that they love to attack you from behind. So please watch your backs out there, literally. And as I said, I had a positive thing to close this out with. I had every intention of going this Saturday. A few of you have reached out asking me to cover it. Up until a few weeks ago, I absolutely was going to be there. This threat of acid attacks would not have kept me away. However, I have since learned that I am 9 weeks pregnant. And so in out of respect to the child that I have been trying to have for the past year, I cannot in good conscience put myself in danger and put my baby in danger. So I really wish that I could be there with all of you. And I will be covering it as best I can from home, but it is with a bittersweet feeling that I'm not going to be able to go. And I just want to wish all of you a safe day. And if you're planning to go, and all of you watching this, I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. And I hope that we can come together in some kind of positive way. And even though we're surrounded by people that are, shitting on our flag, that are, saying that we don't have a country to celebrate, I really hope that those of us that still feel love for this country are able to come together over the next few days. And I'll just close this out and just want to thank again Boyd, Scott, Matt, John, Heather, and Jim for your recent donations. I really appreciate the support. The best way that you can support this channel, if you're not able to, I really appreciate the financial support. I also really appreciate all of you that like and share these videos. YouTube has killed this channel, so I need all of your help in getting these messages out there and in having these conversations, because without you guys, I am not going to reach an audience at all. You can see it in my views. They've completely crashed. Subscriptions have completely crashed. So, liking, sharing this content is so helpful for me, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. So please have a very happy and safe 4th of July, and please, if you're going on Saturday to DC, please be safe, and as much as you can, please be excellent to each other.